What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you a quick patch information video for The Last of Us. Now this is for the patch 1.02. This patch is not a massive patch, but it does come with a few technical and gameplay changes. It comes with changes to both the single player and multiplayer, although this patch mainly focuses on the multiplayer. For the single player, there's only one change, and that is they fixed a texture to do with a phone number on a bulletin board. To be honest, I didn't really even notice this the first time I played this through. This isn't really a huge fix for the single player, but at least they're still working on changing things for the better in the single player. Now for the multiplayer, with technical changes, they've fixed a number of things. Firstly, they've fixed host migration. This has been improved. Losing connection to the host during a host migration should occur less often now. I never really came across too much problems with host migration. The only time it happened was when I was playing with a full lobby of friends. But to be honest, this is a good fix. The second technical fix is that general crashes when leaving the multiplayer has been completely fixed. Sometimes when you left the multiplayer, your game and PlayStation would crash completely and you would have to do a hard reset. This has now been sorted and I'm glad of it. They fixed a small issue with the intro camera. Basically, it's fixed for some introductory cutscenes from now on. This is only a little minor fix and to be honest, it's not the biggest issue. But it's nice to have every single little problem fixed eventually. Connectivity issues whilst playing have been tuned. Now I'm not 100% sure what they mean by this, but I assume they've fine-tuned the lag, so we should be experiencing less laggy games. The final technical issue, and in my opinion probably the best technical issue they've addressed so far, is that if you disconnect or lose connection from the host, you will no longer advance a clan day. You will only advance a day if you are kicked from the match or exit through the menu, you know, like rage quitting. This is really great because if you do lose connection, you came back into the game and you would see half your clan are starving to death through no fault of your own. This sometimes really hampered the growth of your clan, so I am so glad they fixed this. Now, as for the gameplay changes, they fixed the Explosion Expert Level 2. This should now be correctly displayed once you're creating your class. Before this fix, you couldn't even choose Explosion Expert Level 2. So I'm glad they've done this, and now I'll be able to get rid of that stupid new sign over my creator class. The second gameplay change is that the voting time for match selection has been reduced to 15 seconds. It was 30 seconds if I remember correctly, which was a lot of time to choose a map, so players will be saving a little bit of time when it comes to the match select. A good gameplay change they've added, well it's a new element they've added altogether really, is they've added a no party playlist option. This has been added to both Supply Raid and Survivors. Players can only join this playlist if they're playing solo. This is really great for players who like to play on their own and don't want to be annihilated by a team of people who play together often, which often happens with most games these days. Finally, they fixed an issue with the melee. Melee against downed characters now uses the same range as normal melee. Now me personally, I'm not really a melee user, so I'm not really going to notice the change here too much. Anyway, that's about it for the changes for patch 1.02. Not loads of changes, but a few nice ones, especially with the multiplayer. The fact that you'll be able to choose no party now is a personal favourite of mine. I really think it's nice that Naughty Dog are thinking of the players who don't have parties to team up with. Now The Last of Us has not been out that long, but it's good to see Naughty Dog updating their game with fixes where it's needed. They say they will be continuing to bring out fixes and additional content for the game that will be available in the next coming months, so look out for future patches. Anyway, have you come across any annoying bugs? Have you got any issues with the multiplayer in terms of balance and that? Leave a comment down below, I'd love to hear what you guys think about these issues. Anyway, I've been Darcblade bringing you information on patch 1.02 for The Last of Us. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.